Episode 8 of Humrahi begins on an emotional yet hopeful note after the life-threatening events of the previous episode. Elif regains consciousness in the hospital after being shot while saving Sayhaan. Her recovery brings immense relief to everyone who cares about her, especially Sayhaan, who blames himself for everything she has suffered. He remains by her side, praying for her health and silently promising to protect her from every danger in the future. As Elif slowly recovers, the emotional bond between the two becomes stronger than ever. After being discharged from the hospital, Elif returns home, where she is welcomed with warmth and affection by her loved ones. Although she is physically recovering, the emotional pain of losing her mother, Mariyam, still weighs heavily on her heart. She misses the comforting presence of her mother and struggles to adjust to life without her. Sayhaan notices her sadness and decides to do something meaningful that will honor Mariyam's memory and bring happiness back into Elif's life. Knowing how much Mariyam loved her restaurant and how hard she worked to build it, Sayhaan secretly arranges for the restaurant to be repaired and renovated. He supervises every detail himself, ensuring that everything is restored just as Mariyam had dreamed. When Elif is brought to the restaurant, she is overwhelmed with emotion. Seeing the place beautifully restored reminds her of her mother's love, dedication, and sacrifices. Tears fill her eyes as she realizes that Sayhaan has done all this only to preserve Mariyam's memory and make her smile again. Deeply touched by his kindness, Elif begins to see that Sayhaan's care for her goes far beyond friendship. Meanwhile, Sayhaan himself is unable to hide the feelings growing in his heart. Every moment spent with Elif makes him realize that he has fallen deeply in love with her. He admires her courage, honesty, and compassionate nature. However, he hesitates to confess his emotions because he fears that she may still be grieving too deeply to think about love. Instead, he continues to support her quietly, hoping that one day she will understand his true feelings. On the other hand, Ghazi Yousuf remains determined to control every aspect of his son's life. He continues making plans for Sayhaan's future according to his own wishes, without considering his son's happiness. His strict attitude and obsession with power create a growing conflict between father and son. Sayhaan begins to realize that choosing his own path will not be easy, especially if it means standing against his father's expectations. Lala also keeps a close watch on the situation. Having witnessed Sayhaan's devotion to Elif, he respects the young man's sincerity but remains cautious because he knows Ghazi Yousuf's influence can destroy innocent lives. He quietly warns Sayhaan that true love often comes with painful sacrifices and that he must be prepared for difficult challenges ahead. As Elif slowly regains her confidence, she decides to continue living according to her mother's values. She promises herself that she will keep Mariyam's dreams alive and never allow sorrow to defeat her. Her determination impresses Sayhaan even more, strengthening his admiration and affection for her. The episode reaches its emotional peak when Sayhaan finally gathers the courage to express what is in his heart. Before he can openly confess his love, unexpected circumstances create a heartbreaking misunderstanding. A sudden turn of events leaves Sayhaan devastated, believing that fate may never allow him to be with Elif. His dreams of a future together begin to crumble, and the happiness he had started to feel is replaced by heartbreak and uncertainty. Elif, unaware of the depth of Sayhaan's emotional struggle, remains focused on rebuilding her life after the tragedy she has endured. Although she values Sayhaan's support and kindness, she does not yet fully understand how deeply he loves her.